I can do a champs bracket right now. I have Thieves 3-0ing Boston round 1. Type W if you agree. And give me your reason you don't agree if you disagree. 3-0 or 3-1? Yeah, I mean, listen. 3-0, 3-1. You know, I could see Boston taking a map, but I think Thieves are going to nonetheless be pretty dominant in this matchup. Obviously, back-to-back defending champions right now. I will say, I mean, Surge Heretics, right? I mean, I guess here's the way we have to think about it. I think Heretics have been steadily improving, but we've seen the ceiling of Surge being a grand finalist team. Obviously, back-to-back second places before bowing out early the most recent tournament. Obviously, they've struggled in finals, but look at who they lost to in those finals, right? Obviously, I know it wasn't very close, but still, this is a team that secured 2 grand finals. I expect them to shape up and play a lot differently. And I'm actually predicting a Surge victory. I feel like Miami are probably a little bit favorited right now based on, you know, how things have went recently, but I think I have Surge shaping up and taking game 5 against Miami. I think it could go either way. I think these are 2 top teams. You know, if both teams are playing at their peak, it's going to be a very close game. So Shotzi's IQ with a tier 1 for 2 years. It's our 2-year anniversary. My boy, welcome back to Zin City. I appreciate you, legend. Much love. I'm going to go to the big one last. I think Ultra beat Carolina 3-1. I'm rooting for Carolina, just to be blunt. Like, I want to see my boy Tej advance and win some rounds here at Champs, but I think Ultra is just a better team until Carolina shows me something differently. But I also think Ultra needs to show up in a big way as well. Ultra's going to finals, really. Ultra 3-0. I'm going to give Carolina a map. I mean, the reality is we have a month break, man. I mean, realistically speaking, some of these teams could have improved tenfold, and also the opposite. Some of these teams could have maybe went backwards. So I'm curious to see who shows up at this major, and that leads me into, obviously, the big topic. You guys are going to call me biased and the whole 9 yards, but I think there's no better time to play FaZe. I'm going to go game 5. We beat FaZe. I understand if you don't agree. You know, the history, at least this year, says that FaZe will beat us, but I have one of those feelings where I think we can beat them round 1. I'm excited to watch it. Obviously, we've had close series against FaZe, but at the end of the day, FaZe has been, you know, they've had our number when it comes to actually closing out the series. But listen, of all times to play FaZe, I think playing them round 1 is a pretty good time to get them. You know what I mean? In fact, I think I'm going to go 3-1. It sounds crazy, but we'll see, man. I'm either going to be proved right or wrong. That's the way these things go. But that's what I have for the winners bracket so far. I think this is a pretty stacked winners bracket nonetheless. And then losers is even crazier. I have Miami beating Boston 3-2. I think it's going to be a close losers bracket match. But yeah, unfortunately for my boys in Boston. And I hope I'm wrong, because I would love to see Cammy and Wake and my boys really make a run. But I don't know how you pick against Miami here. And I think FaZe 3-0, the Carolina Royal Ravens here. Heading up here, I think I'm going to go Thieves 3-2. Listen, man, if Surge play how Surge can play, it's going to be a close series, man. It's going to be pretty boring if we see the most recent Surge show up, right? Like, I think everybody's rooting for the Surge that were back-to-back grand finalists to show up at Champs, right? To really throw a wrench in this thing and give us some fun matches. But right now, it's very tough for me to pick against LA Thieves. I think they're, of course, riding the hot hand. The table's hot, back-to-back champions. It's going to take a lot to take them out. Surge is compromised. I don't really agree. I don't think one tournament defines a team. Like, I think Surge have proved the type of team they are, and I respect them as a team, and I expect them to bounce back. An Optic versus Ultra. I have us beating Ultra 3-1, man. I do. I have us beating Ultra 3-1. Miami versus Toronto. Let's talk about this. What are we thinking? What are we thinking about Miami versus Toronto? I mean, I feel like I have to pick Miami here. I feel like I have to pick Miami in like a 3-1 fashion. Toronto are the lower bracket Reapers. Yeah, but I think I've just seen more from Miami recently. And I think that's the tough part about this is I feel like we're kind of going in blind because we have no idea if and how much some of these teams improved, right? Like realistically, we could be seeing maybe some different maps thrown in the rotation, some different looks. What's up, Joker? How are you, bro? FaZe Surge. This one's a toss-up. This one's a toss-up. My boy Uber with a tier 1 for 39 months. Welcome back to Zin City, Uber. Thank you, bro. Surge versus FaZe. Oh, man. I truly think this one can go either way, man. You know what? I'm changing my pick. I think Surge beat Thieves in the winner's bracket. And I think we get a Thieves-FaZe matchup in loser's bracket. It's a gut feeling. It's a gut feeling. I think Surge in best of fives can go toe-to-toe with Thieves. And a best of 7, of course, I have Thieves pretty convincingly. What? Now you're high? Hey, I guess we'll find out, man. This is why we do it. This is why we do it. This is why we do it. I have Thieves sending FaZe home 3-2. Listen, I'm just trying to have some fun, man. I think some upsets could happen. Like, I think acting like Surge can't beat Thieves in a best of 5 is crazy. I'm not... Thieves are the favorite. Don't get me wrong, of course. In fact, I have Thieves making the grand final, so I'm not that delusional. I think Thieves 3-1 Miami Heretics. I have... Oh, man. Huh. Hmm. Optic wins 3-2. 3-2 Thieves. We have an Optic Thieves grand final. Cinema. This would be cinema. You can say what you want. This would be fucking cinema. And essentially, I'm hoping that we've basically transformed this past month and have improved tenfold, in which I have Optic taking Call of Duty Champs in back-to-back fashion with a Game 7 search and destroy victory. It's a best of 9. I meant 5-4. Game 9 champions. Listen, man. Obviously, it's a lot of hopium. And I hope it could happen. I think I'm, of course, rooting for Optic Thieves or Optic FaZe final. I realistically think brackets like this are pretty impossible because I think we're bound to see some upsets. I know a lot of people think that we can't do it. I personally believe in the boys. You can call it W bias. You can call it whatever the hell you want, ladies and gentlemen. But I think they can do it.